But then I got Corona. It sucked. I had it for a solid month and a half. And I couldn't play and anything. I remember praying, like, look, if we get through this, I will never half-ass again. And I realized how much I love music. And it's so cliche. Like, so many people have stories like this, but I see why they say it. Like, it was very true. It's like, I might not be able to play again.
Marjorie Ann Richard Guillory Davis, Opelousas, Louisiana.
I had just been telling my friends, like, I don't know if I want to go do a master's. 'Cause I was doing a diploma at that time and trying to figure things out. I was like, maybe I want to become a therapist or something. I really enjoyed making music and making my own music, but it started to feel just like work, like a 9 to 5. I lost the reward. Like, the gigs were getting bigger and bigger, but the emotions and stuff started fleeting. It's so much stronger now. It's just so much more rooted and grounded. Not just in me, but also around me, of just being able to listen to things and practice deep listening. Not expecting things from music, just like seeing what comes. And just kind of noticing what other people say. If I send a track of mine to someone and they respond with like, are you looking for comments or like critique? And I'm like, no, just listen. Like, everything doesn't have to be an analysis, you know? And I just started to really notice like, wow, academia has kind of ruined like how we see a lot of music because of juries, you know, and auditions. But now I just feel so much more free to really do anything, try anything. That's what I love to do. I feel super blessed that like this is my occupation.
You had a good life.
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing is figuring out how to integrate more Black art in general into pedagogy and just into the academic setting, which, you know, eventually spreads out. Especially decolonizing the bassoon, getting people to stay away from talking about people's bodies when talking about how to play bassoon. And that was super inspired by a associate principal bassoon of a very major orchestra. I was playing in a master class with him and he was like, you have a lot of lip going on. And I was like, what? So your lips are the standard, you know, like why? But that's the whole thing, you know, like the bassoon sound, the flute sound, the embouchure are based off of these white people. My teacher, Rebecca Heller, our mentor, like, we stay away from that. We understand that we will always have different sounds. We can have similar musical inflections and things like that, but we all make sound differently. And you don't hear what I hear. That's just, you know, there's so many things like that. I would really dive in on how to make a practice guide for people with mood disorders. Not just feel like you have to give up or that music isn't something you can do anymore because of your mental health. So the wagging doesn't exist. And it goes with a lot of things. You know, if you're breaking an addiction or exercise or, you know, anything like that, you don't have to think of it as like you have to start all over and get back on. Me not practicing for a month does not erase 10 years of playing the bassoon. It will erase, like, you know, a little bit. I don't have to start over. So I'm kind of getting rid of that and just getting people to be more patient with themselves, to figure out like, okay, when do I usually have episodes? What triggers these? What are the signs of my episodes? And like encourage people just to not practice during that time because you're not getting anything done. You could just be score studying. You could go on a walk, call your therapist, you know, like figure other things out. So how do we make this better? Because many people are not neurotypical. That's okay. Make a schedule where you can practice in 10 to 15 minute chunks. I take TikTok breaks. As soon as I can tell like I'm not focusing, I just stop. Like I'm not gonna push myself to do that. It's a pandemic. Like it's hard enough out here. You can have a career and also have bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia, or paranoia, you know, or borderline personality disorder. You can have those things and still have a career. And this can apply to many other occupations or just life. Yeah, started trauma therapy. That shit was crazy. Did not realize how much trauma affects you. You know, everything. How you hold the spoon. I mean, it's wild. So doing that and finding that resource through therapy for Black girls, which is amazing. I mean, I send it to people who also aren't Black because like it's hard to find help. I also found, unfortunately, a lot of therapists that are fake. And they actually are churches. So thank God for Google reviews. People try to say like businessmen have the this nasty attitude about work and grind culture. I think musicians have a worse one because I don't really hear any other occupation saying like I need to go to the shed, you know, and things like that. And it's like, go take a nap. Maybe come back to it. I understand it's a really hard technical passage, but don't get arthritis.